So in this video, we will just have a look at this front bezel from Supermicro. This specific unit is for a 3U server rack, and I have not been able to really find any information about these or any other content about these kinds of bezels here. So if you're interested in knowing what you actually get included with this video is of course for you, because on Supermicro's website there's only really a very low resolution image of the front bezel itself. Doesn't really state anything or tell you anything about what's actually included in the packaging. So this is what you get, and like I said, this is for the 3U server. You can also get this for, I believe, 2U and 4U servers from Supermicro. Of course, this is a genuine product, doesn't really cost all that much. And the main reasoning why I wanted to get one of this is because it supposedly had a built-in dust filter. Again, no information about this on Supermicro's website, a little bit strange, but I can see here, of course, in the packaging that it in fact does have a dust filter built in. So anyways, let's just get into it and have a closer look. Very thick plastic bag. It is of course a Supermicro product, so very high quality. And yeah, all you get in this little bag here is of course the front bezel itself, and you also get a key. So this is of course also nice, so you can lock the front bezel so nobody can access your hard drive without actually destroying this bezel here. And that way you will of course know if anybody have been in there and messing around with your server. So you get two keys, pretty basic keys here. Not really sure how high of security you actually have with a key like this. And this is for locking the side here, so of the latch there, so you can kind of lock it in place. So when you have locked it, of course, you can no longer open it, and this little plastic tab won't go in to the frame. So this way you can kind of lock people out of your hard drives. And of course, if you unlock it, then you are free to open it and you can just pull this frame off. I'm not really going to use the keys for this specific, or for my specific use, because I only really use my server at home, but it's a nice little added bonus. One of the things I'm more curious about is, first off, pass through here for the LEDs. So all LEDs are moved out to the front here. So that's kind of nice. It's a nice thing to have, so you can quickly see if there's anything wrong with your system, anything you should take a note of. And yeah, you kind of have this plastic, see-through plastic that's routing the LEDs to the front. Very beefy system here, or latch system here. It is all made of plastic, so of course not the most durable or most secure. So you won't prevent anything, anybody from getting into your system, but it will kind of hinder it a little bit and also give you a kind of a notice if anybody have actually messed with your server system. On the other side here, we just have some plastic tabs that you of course put into your handles that you have on your server. If you have those mounted, of course, these will just go in. I believe you have to remove a few screws from your handles on your server, and one end just go in and the other end here just clicks in place. Kind of a neat little system, and I kind of like this look here. Looks a little cleaner than like having all those dry trays. But one of the things I also was very curious about is the dust filter. As you see, there's no instructions or anything included, so I guess you just have to figure out yourself. So yeah, you just kind of pull up from one side and you can slide it over. Not the highest quality dust filter, it's just standard like metal dust filter. It will keep like the larger part out of your system, but of course smaller debris will get in there eventually. But again, removable dust filter that you can peel off and of course clean. You can wash it or use some kind of blower to blow all of the dust away. And yeah, just kind of slide it in place and you can lock it over here. So kind of lock it over this little tab. So that's just the unboxing. Let's actually mount this. So this is of course my Supermicro 3U server here. Currently I have 12 disks in this case here, out of the 16 disks total. And of course this is what it looks like on the front here. It does look a little messy, especially because I use it in a home environment. So let's just put that front bezel on, but you need to of course have your handles installed in the case. And I believe there could also be screws inside these holes here on the side. Correct me if I'm wrong, but on my specific unit here, there is no screws there. So it is ready to be mounted, the front bezel. So let's actually do that. Of course, I will do this one-handed, so it won't be as elegant as if you, of course, do this two-handed. It is kind of a two-hand job, but it is very easy to do. Of course, just align the holes with the holes, or the tabs there with the holes in the handles, and make sure that one of the sides here click in place. And that's pretty much it. It is mounted, looks much cleaner in my opinion. And actually the LEDs is also much more subtle now. Before it did light up quite a bit, especially the LAN activity LED there is always on when the NAS server or the server is in standby mode. And because it is in standby right now, only LED active is the LAN LED, but of course the rest of the LEDs will become active once the server is on. And yeah, I definitely do prefer the LEDs with the bezels on in my home environment. So that's pretty much it for this video. So if you are curious at what you got included in the box, this is of course what you get, keys and the front bezel and dust filter itself. So that's it for this video. I hope to see you again in the future one. Until then, take care.